So last night around 7 p.m., I got a text message from a renter basically stating that she didn't know where our car is. In that message, she said that she was the renter of our 2012 Toyota Yaris, and she stated that she was missing both the key to the vehicle and the key itself. Whenever I asked her the question of, what do you mean? What do you mean the car and the key is missing? She basically responded saying that the last time she remembers having a key was 2 days ago. She thinks that she put the key into her pocket, but it must have fell out in the parking lot, and thus somebody must have grabbed the key, stolen the car, and now they both are missing. Now, this text conversation lasted about 10 to 15 minutes, but the gist of this conversation is that we don't know where our 2012 Toyota Yaris is. Now, last night I contacted a number of different tow yards because of course my mind is going to the fact of there's no way that this car is missing. It probably just got towed from the apartment complex, but unfortunately no tow yards have the car, nor have they towed the car anytime in the last couple of days, which led us to a dead end. Now, I of course contacted Turo and told them what was going on. This morning I spoke to a Turo vehicle theft investigator who I told the story to. I brought him up to speed, and his thoughts are pretty much the exact same as my thoughts. It seems like there's more to this story because of the fact that the key is missing and the car is missing, and just the story in general sounds a bit fishy. But the reality is we don't know where the car is. The guest is saying she doesn't know where it is, and as far as we know, the car has been stolen. But as of right now, we have to head to Dallas and we have to report this car is officially stolen, and we got to get the process of getting this vehicle back.
Well, pulling into the North Dallas substation here because our renter doesn't know where her vehicle is, the vehicle that we let her rent, and we have to report it stolen because as of now, the vehicle has been stolen. Can't find the key, can't find the car's gone. So hopefully they can provide us with some good information.
1 hour later.
I'll put it to you just like the officer put it to me. I got good news and bad news. The good news is your vehicle is not stolen. It's actually down in our impound down in Dallas. The bad news is that it's wrecked. It was involved in an accident, and she doesn't know any other information aside from that. The impound is unfortunately closed. We just missed their cutoff at 5, so we'll have to call them in the morning.
And we are back once again, and today we are going to be going to the police impound yard to see what the fate is of our Toyota Yaris.
Why don't we know what the fate of our Yaris is? It should just be down there, right? No.
Wrong.
We have no idea. I called the Dallas impound this morning and they super confirmed, yes, your vehicle is here. Nothing is holding it currently. Come on and get it. You owe like $175 to $5,000. God knows. The fees rack up so fast.
Do you have your wallet?
Yes.
Perfect.
I'm paying.
So we'll have to learn the fate of the Toyota Yaris. My fingers are crossed that nothing too severe is wrong with this car. I really, really like this Yaris, and it's not one that's going to be easily replaceable, so.
Yeah, and they didn't tell us what it looks like, so. Ooh.
We don't know anything. Okay, HP. Over, under, is it drivable? Is it not drivable? What are your guesses?
Not drivable.
I'm gonna guess it is drivable. Wishful thinking.
So we're waiting in line to see, I guess, how we can get our car. Now, if you notice kind of right behind me, there's a bunch of tow trucks lined up and just a bunch of tow drivers waiting.
That's so bizarre because like we've dealt with so many tow yards, so many impound yards over the years, and we've dealt with police impound yards in the past too, but I guess that wasn't Dallas. It was like another city.
I think this one's probably the combined one where they take like crime vehicles and stuff that like you can't go back there and
crime
mess with.
scene.
So they have to have certain people do it. But yeah, there's nothing but tow trucks coming out.
That is weird. This is the weirdest vehicle tow impound retrieval experience that I've ever seen. And to HP's point, there are so many back there behind us as well.
There's some decent stuff out here.
I'm nervous.
Look at that chopped up Hellcat. Brembo brakes. Bill Scene's a good dead giveaway. Oh.
So if the photos weren't evidence enough, we couldn't tape like being at the actual car because we were escorted by an officer. But the car is, I mean, at this point, I would say
It's totaled.
It's frustrating because we just, like, as we're recording this video, like, we had just gotten our 2012 Toyota Yaris, and so, like, we just got to 13, and then our other Yaris gets totaled, so now we're back down to 12. It just feels like, it honestly feels like you're taking 2 steps forward and then 1 step back all the time. And what's frustrating with this Yaris is that it was a clean car. We got it for a good deal. We got it like right before the market started like going up like crazy, and so this is a car that isn't going to be able to be replaced. And so this is the biggest punch to the gut total loss that I feel like we've had in a long time.
Yeah, this car really was a solid car, and it was newer. It wasn't like it was a 2007. It wasn't like it was something that was a complete wreck when we got it. This car was turnkey ready to. All we had to do was clean it, and that was it. So yeah, very frustrating.
So it was less than a week ago that we got the entire Maserati claim buttoned up, and now here's another one that needs to be dealt with. So now that we know where the car is, I spoke with Turo, and there will be moving this claim, like this investigation, to their claims department, so they're aware of it. And now we just got to get this all dealt with and closed out. So definitely frustrating, but let's circle back once we have an update. So it's been a couple of days since we initially found out that the car was wrecked, and I did get in contact with Turo, and they got me in contact with IAA, which is Turo's insurance arm. Basically, once you know that IAA is involved, that's whenever you know that your car is totaled, though we didn't need IAA to tell us that. So they sent us this paper that HP had to sign because he's the registered owner of this car. We then had to send it back to them, and that basically authorizes IAA into allowing them to take the vehicle from the Dallas impound yard. So once they take the vehicle, then they can do their proper evaluation, decide whether or not it's totaled, and of course figure out what the value of the car is.
Which it's very totaled.
Yeah, I think that anybody with a set of eyes can tell that it's totaled. But though that was the question my dad asked whenever I sent him the photo was, do you really think it's totaled?
I think when your car looks like this and it's all smushed up, it's gone.
Totaled. Guess who I just spoke to?
Ghostbusters.
Close. Turo. About the 2012 Toyota Yaris.
Ooh, what'd they say?
So I was able to connect with the Turo representative, and I was able to talk to them about the Yaris. They did confirm that the car is in IAA's possession, and the car has been officially deemed as totaled. But what I did receive from this phone call that I wasn't anticipating was the total settlement amount that we'll be receiving for this total loss.
Already?
Yeah, it only took about a week, which is probably one of the quickest total loss settlements that we've ever received. Granted, we still need to get the paperwork, we still need to do the title transfer, but for us to have the total settlement amount is a pretty big win. And so the total settlement amount for this car after our deductible comes out to $8,532.75.
Nice.
And that isn't too bad considering the fact that we paid $6,500 for this car.
Solid. Now, we're still disappointed that we ended up losing our Toyota Yaris, but thankfully, which the camera's actually sitting on it right now, we already have a replacement, and that's gonna be coming up in a video very soon.
On Thursday. Ooh. And also, one thing that we definitely want to note is the fact that this entire fiasco was kind of another nail in the coffin in the whole tracker argument. So we do hopefully have some sort of verdict coming out about whether we will or will not be switching to trackers. So before you guys call us idiots or stupid or whatever you want to call us down in the comments below for the fact that once again one of our cars went missing because we didn't have a tracker, you can save your breath because we know.
We already know.
We know.
We know. But guys, as always, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you on the next episode.